Hello, and welcome to the 2021 Global Allergy and Airways Patient Platform, GAAPP Academy. I'm Tanya Winders, President of GAAPP, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to today's program. Today's program will focus on creating effective video content, and it will be hosted by Victor Gascon Moreno, the Project Manager and Digital Health Lead at the Global Allergy and Airways Patient Platform. It's my pleasure to welcome you, and I once again want to thank our presenter, Victor, as well as our sponsors, AstraZeneca, Novartis, Sanofi Regeneron. Without your support and participation today, this content could not be created or shared to help build capacity for the members of the Global Allergy and Airways Patient Platform. So thank you and enjoy the presentation.
Hello everyone, welcome to GAAPP Academy, and today our topic is video content creation, especially for NGOs and patient organizations. We want to thank our sponsors that make this possible with this generous support: AstraZeneca, Sanofi, Genzyme, Regeneron, and Novartis. So let's get started. So first, let me introduce myself. My name is Victor Gascon. I'm the project lead and digital transformation manager for the Global Allergy and Airways Patient Platform, and I'm happy to be your host today. We are gonna touch 6 different topics today. You have them on the screen, but basically is why video, how you plan to make video, and what kind of videos do you need, how do you produce them, what tools do you have over there, and how can NGOs like you can access to those tools easily. So let's get started. So the first point is why video content matters. Okay, so we all know how important video has become in our communications channels. As the New York Times says, we are now officially entering a post-text world as a society. What that means that text is no longer the dominant or relevant form of communication applied to marketing, of course. So let's talk, why does the video matters to reach patients? 54% of them want to see more video than text. We knew that, but it has increased. It was less than that before. Latin America, with a population of 660 million, has the highest demand for video content in the world, breaking the stereotype that the video content demand is only a Western or more developed countries characteristic, right? Latin America has many different countries, some very developed, some less developed, but the demand for video content is consistently high in all of them. So it's not related to the development level of a country, it's a global trend. So the global internet traffic from videos made up all of the internet by 2019. Imagine, now I don't have the data for 2021, but we can expect to go like few points higher after the pandemic. So how do patients want to watch them? 83% of them want to watch them in YouTube. I guess that the fact that we watch many videos or many content in our smartphone and tablets has something to do with that, because it's the most popular app in most of the countries. So it's good for, if of course there is more video platforms, there is YouTube, there is Vimeo, there is different ones, but choose to host your videos, a video channel that is mostly used for your audience, so you make the reach easier for them. 73% of the consumers worldwide prefer seeing videos on social media that they are entertaining. Just keep this concept on in your mind, and in about 20 minutes you will know why this is important and a practical example of this. So, as we all know, we are facing a new reality. And at the moment of this recording is 2021. It's September. We're still in the middle of the pandemic that changed the world as we knew it. So I don't know if everyone is familiar with the Wizard of Oz, but I don't think we are in Kansas anymore. So there was a break in society, in the way we do the things, in the way we work, in the way we live, uh, caused by the lockdowns and the rapid digitalization that society suffered during the COVID-19 pandemic, which it has a good side and it has a more negative side. But in general, for this topic, for video content creating, it had a good effect because the people jumped into multimedia content even faster than they supposed to do naturally. So let's go to some more statistics. You will see these statistics, they are more business oriented, and I will tell you why it's not a problem for you later. So 86% of of business related video views take place on desktop browsers and only 40% on mobile. This is information that is specific for the awareness and education video. So even though mobile is like the dominant form of like rapid video consuming, there is still the pandemic has like brought this trend of the mobile taking over from the screens a little bit back, because we are sitting in our kitchen, our home, our living room, our office, in front of the computer more than before. So that means the mobile has not taken mobile has not become more prevalent than desktop at this point. 56% of all videos published in the last 2 years are less than 2 minutes long. We have tell you this, everyone has tell you this in every marketing video you have seen in your life. Keep it short and simple, especially now. The people, we have changed as a viewers, right? Our culture of viewing videos have changed. The people is tired of long videos. No one, the retention, the capacity of retain an engaged audience has decreased so much, because there is so many videos out there, so much content, so many possibilities, so many things calling your attention, right? Even when you're watching a video, you have advertisement, stop watching this and watch this, and then you have something else calling your attention. Keep it the shortest and the simplest as possible. This is only going to become more and more relevant as the world becomes more distracting and more fast consuming. And the last one, at top 5% of videos retain an average of 77% of viewers to the last second. That means that only the 5% of the top 5% of the videos retain that percentage, that big percentage of people until the end, which means in our case and in your case it's going to be less. So you will retain, normally you retain less than 50% of the audience by the end of the video, and we will see in the next slide exactly how much is the retention statistics depending on how long is the video. So this is again reinforcing the orange part with the fox. So I keep it short, keep it simple, because retention really falls after 1 or 2 minutes in this new era. So I've I wanted to call the attention. This is business information, as you can see here, right? This is not NGO. You're gonna be like, oh, this is not NGO. Um, we have to be conscious that most of the tools that are created, most of the information and the insights that we can get nowadays, they're created by commercial companies for commercial purposes, and we cannot change the fact. No one, there is not enough production of information, analytics, and tools for NGOs. So it is very important that you are not shy use any business tools for your cause, right? Remember, being a nonprofit doesn't exclude you from using all the tools that the business use to engage customers, right? We don't engage customers, we engage patients, we engage donors, volunteers, the public, the general public, to express solidarity. But we don't live in a world where everything is created for NGOs. It's more like the opposite. So if you find, for example, a CRM or a contact sales manager or any other tool that you think is going to be useful, or some part of it is useful for your organization, don't be shy to take advantage of it. Use it, even if it was built for commercial purposes. It's not the tool, is how we use it. Okay, so this is, I guess, at some point I wanted to make to all of you, because I have seen constantly how patient organizations and NGO shy away from using some really important and useful tools just because they are not specifically made for NGOs. And now we're going to talk about all these um, statistics, sorry, in detail. So to see how video content has changed, not in the last century, not in the last decade, since the pandemic, which is why this is why we want to know now how the people has changed. How is it there was a before and an after in 2020. So now we're going to see that. So the first piece of information, as we have spoken, and I'm sure everyone has repeated this to you so many times, use the formula KISS, keep it short and simple. As you can see in the graphic, and in, sorry if it's a little bit small, but you can see the dropping of the viewers after the minutes. So we start in the minute zero with 100% of the audience, and then we see dropping the audience in some cases until 34%. If the videos of, when you can see the colors for the videos, for the portion that retains the more viewers, is this yellow color is 0 to 60 seconds. Those are the videos that manage to retain the most people until the end of the video, and it's only 58%. So the longer the video is, the less capacity of retention capacity, sorry, have over its audience. So this is just to reinforce the idea that everyone is burning to you every day when they talk to you about marketing in this century. But you should engrave it with fire in your marketing team, short and simple. Now we're going to talk about the famous user-generated videos. So for those of you that they are not familiar, a user-generated video is a video that is being generated not by us, the brand, or the organization. Is by the target, is by the audience. What is an example of this? All those like influencers or people who consciously or unconsciously is promoting a brand, like shoes, fashion. This is content, user generated content. Sometimes it's intentional, like we or a commercial brand is asking the people to produce those videos, those pictures, those selfies, like take a selfie with our product and we will do this and that and we will give you this discount. Sometimes we ask the audience to do this, and in our non-profit context also, like please take a picture of your face with, for example, atopic dermatitis, because we want to use it for an awareness campaign. At the end of it, that's a user generated, that's an image, but for the video would be the same. It's like so we can ask someone to just take a video of how is your daily life with asthma, for example, because we want to use it for an awareness campaign to engage more people to our cause. So we have been doing this our whole life. I mean, I'm sure all of you have been doing this since the moment you created your association or your organization. So that's what is called user-generated video. So I just wanted to point out that that trend that started like 5, 10 years ago as a accidental with the rise of the, when everyone was engaged in the social medias massively, especially with Instagram and the rise of Snapchats and the TikToks. So this is the data from 2019 and 2020. 2019 is blue color, 2020 is the green color. So we can see in the 2019, the amount of user-generated videos ranged from the 20,000 in peak for almost 30,000 for during the year, each month of the year. And this is information for the US only. So imagine if we scale this for the whole world. And now I want you to appreciate the difference in 2020. So what happened? So we can see from February 2020, we can see a very crazy, very steep rise, a jump on the user-generated content. What happened? The pandemic. So everyone was home, everyone had time, everyone was forced to digitalize, everyone had to use technology every day for work, for talk with their friends, with their families, for um, request the request a date with your doctor. So like the technology was part of our, not only our working life, it was part of our life. Like our life was a screen basically. So the user-generated content spiked during this time, and I want to reinforce again when it's commercial oriented content. Sometimes you are aware that you're producing something for a brand. Sometimes you're not aware that you're producing content for a brand. So that can also apply for non-profits. But the non-profits normally we ask permission and we tell them in advance that we want to use that content that they produce or the messages that they are spreading on Instagram for our cause. So that, but that not always happen with the commercial brands. So we just see the spike during the pandemic, and it's just going like with ups and downs, but the general trend is just going up until, of course, like the end of the years, it's always a slowing down of content with the so so with this we go to our third section of the webinar today. We have discussed why videos are important and how videos are consumed in currently, right? So before we like jumping into the editing and the online tools, let's talk about something that is super important for your workload, the planning. A good video planning, it will reduce your workload up to 50%. So before you start creating a video, you need to sit down and plan what kind of video do you want to create, for who, and for how long should it be, where I'm gonna showcase this video. So let's go into detail now. So first of all, we have to sit down with our team and think, so what do I want the video for? What is the purpose? Um, is to engage, is to create awareness, it's an educational video, it's an engagement video. What, and you ask me, what is the difference? So we are going to see the difference because normally we can group any video that is produced by a nonprofit in 3 big categories. That they should, in a way, they work in a way, um, just like an engine. One is feeding the other is feeding the other, and the other is feeding the engagement, which is the videos that we ultimately want to show our audience, because those are the videos that they that we ask them to engage with us. So let's start with the first kind of video, the awareness video. These kind of videos, yeah, we produce them to make the public aware of our cause. We talk about in this case, the problem, the disease, or the condition, or the quality of life of certain group of patients, for example. And when we just get the attention of the public to the cause. This is for the general public. We normally launch this to the wind, right? But so it's important. Don't be pushing in this kind of videos in the sense of like ask for donation or ask for the people to join your organization or to join your efforts. Don't be pushing this kind of videos, because this is like the first contact that your organization has with the public. So just take it slow, take it easy. You just let them be aware that this problem exists and that your organization is there to help. The second kind of videos, which is the educational videos. So in these videos used to be tends to be longer. We will see some examples after this. This is more like when we want to highlight a specific part of the problem, for example, for organizations that works, for example, tuberculosis in Philippines, for example. I'll just give you this real life example. An educational video would be the organization telling the public how difficult it is to reach some islands to try to have this engagement or diagnose some tuberculosis patients in the more remote islands of the Philippines, for example. That would be an educational video. They can be longer. It's almost like a documentary. So in this step, which is, we call it second step, but they can actually be interchanged. You don't have to make always 3 videos, but normally this is the rule for you to engage a new audience. So first, awareness of the problem. Second, education of a certain part of the problem, or the most important part of the problem, or an example of the problem. And in these videos, we can hint them how can they engage with us. But we are still not super pushy in with our call to actions here. And the engagement videos. So this is where we go with all the weapons, right? So we tell them, okay, so you have seen this and you have seen that, and we have talking about this. So this is my organization, and we are here to help to palliate this problem, to help to these people or for this cause, and this is what we do. This is how can you participate, and this is we need your donation. I don't know. There is different call to actions that can be applied in the engagement videos. Engagement videos are the most important for our cause, but they always have to be accompanied by awareness and education videos. How we do this in a very practical manner. So, for example, in YouTube, when the video finishes, it allows you to choose which video it displays at the end, like next video or other videos related, sorry. You can always change those, and then just make sure or that you reference these videos that talk about the problem in detail. So in case, because some people is going to see the engagement video as the first impression, because they haven't followed the process, or they just found it on the internet, right? So yeah, so it's important in this kind of videos that we reference the others, the other 2 kind of videos. But in the number 3 is where we can be pushy, we can ask for donations and for engagement and for the help. So we assume at this point that the audience is educated about our cause, it has a sensibility towards our cause, and he or she wants to help. So we're going to provide an example of each of the 3 videos that I just mentioned to you. This is an awareness videos. This is just an example that I took from our friends at Médecins Sans Frontières, the Doctors Without Borders. So this is an awareness video. You will see it's short. It just displays the problem, just like let the people know what is happening, but it's not super pushy with the call to action. This is like the perfect first contact with a new audience.
Or Doctors Without Borders, has been providing healthcare to vulnerable people all around the world.
Our daily work is a struggle. It is intensely medical and it's intensely personal.
Amid disasters, epidemics or conflicts, our teams are there, providing treatment to anyone who needs it. We go where the need is greatest.
We do the work for MSF because we want to serve the people.
Whether it's triage, surgery, childbirth, vaccinations, mental health or chronic diseases, we put patients' needs first. We campaign for medicines to be available, affordable and effective for the people we treat. We respond to medical emergencies worldwide, and we're only able to do that because of support from people like you. Join us to help those who need it most.
As you saw, very quick, like less than 1 minute actually, 59 seconds, very quick. We just they show us the problem, they show us who they were and how they help, and it's just a quick way to engage with me. They give you, I don't know you, but for me, if it was the first time that it's obviously not the first time that I watched this video, but if it was the first time for me, I would be like, oh, I want to know more. I want more details about how they do this, and right. So this is a perfect first touch with a new audience. Again, 1 minute. We always insisting what is also very important, the trick. Many social medias, they only allow 1 minute videos. So social media is a very good channel for awareness videos, for this first touch with our new audience, or when we want to expand our donor base or our patient network, right? Social media is good and allows you to do big promotions and reach many people with videos, right? Just stick to the 1 minute rule and you will be fine.
We are Médecins.
So this is the second example. This is the educational video. It's also from the same organization. I'm going to show you 3 videos from the same NGO, Médecins Sans Frontières. So for you to see how you can also develop that kind of 3-piece engagement is quickly, let's say. It's not easy. We know no video it's easy. Doesn't matter if it's 30 seconds. It's not easy, but it's a good tool to reach new audiences. And in this case, this is the second kind of video, the educational, and they're just gonna showcase very specific problem or a part of the problem, because I was already engaged with the awareness video that we show in the last slide, and now I want to know more, and I will find this video.
Since the last couple of days, the situation in Manaus got really critical. The number of beds, well, basically there's no place anymore in the hospitals. But even more critical is the fact that today the needs for oxygen in Manaus are so big that they don't have enough production capacity anymore. This leaves patients without oxygen in Manaus. Today we have patients in Tefe, and we don't know for how long we will be able to provide them with oxygen. The level of care that we can give in Tefe or in São Gabriel de Cachoeira is limited. Some of these patients need to be referred to Manaus, but today there is no place anymore in Manaus. Now, middle of January, just this week, 3 patients died. Patients that could have had a chance of survival if we would have been able to refer them to Manaus. This was not possible, and unfortunately we lost them.
All right, so that was the example of an educational video. teaching us that very specific part of the problem. At this point, we are totally engaged with the problem. We feel for those people, for that cause, and we are ready to have our call to action. We are almost ready to engage, to donate, or to affiliate myself with the organization, which is the number 3 video that is going to show you in the next slide. So just now we're going to watch the third kind of video, the video which is the engagement video, the video where we have our call to action and request the audience to interact with us. And they already make some steps toward us. In this video is when they are knocking at our door, so we can open the door and offering them to join, to engage, to donate, to be a volunteer, to whatever the actions we want them to take with this initiative, right? So we're just going to watch an example of this video. This video is a little bit longer than the others, as you will see. This is 1 minute and 40 seconds, I believe. It is okay, because we like that 1 minute barrier is for the people that we don't know, for the new audience. At this point, the audience, at least it should be like that. The audience that watch these kind of videos, they already know us, they already have a good sentiment towards us, they already have solidarity, and they feel towards our cause. So they are family, so it's okay to hit them with like a slightly longer video. So I'm going to start now.
You sing. You cycle. You hike. You paddle. You climb. You paint your house pink.
Witness the fitness, the competent living. One hope, one quest. Witness the fitness, the competent living.
Whatever you do to raise money for Médecins Sans Frontières, Doctors Without Borders, do it for our patients, for our doctors, for the glory! Because when you go further, we go further. We work in over 60 countries around the world, providing emergency medical care where the need is greatest.
Witness the fitness, the competent living.
Nearly all our funding comes from individual donors, like you.
Competent living. One hope, one quest. Witness the fitness.
So whether you knit socks, climb rocks, or wear Roman frocks, money you raise goes directly to our projects in the field. Make waves. Make headlines. Make a difference. How far will you go for MSF?
Okay, so that was an excellent 3-video example for our case, or the case I wanted to show you, which is a very rapid, very quick kind of 3-video campaign to engage a new audience. Very short, very direct. We have seen general topics in the first video, general idea of the problem of what we do. Again, a specific example or a more deep dive of the problem of what we do. And then at the end, we just tell them how can they engage with us, because they have already they are already close to us. So just before we change the slide, you will have noticed something that we have pointed out in the I believe is in the third slide of this presentation. The people want to watch more content, especially donors. They want to watch more content that is entertaining. So even in this example, you see Médecins Sans Frontières like actually deals with war situations, with plagues, with terrible situations, but they add some some kind of like fun in this video. This video was fun. They put up some little jokes in the middle. The music was engagement. So that is a good example that even if the cause and the problem is really serious, let's try to put on a smile in our video, especially when we communicate with uh, with patients or with donors or with volunteers, because um, it's not like the people is superficial, but we are being hit with so much negativity on the news, and the terrible happenings all around us, especially now in the middle of the pandemic. We need to give a little bit of a smile in our content consumption, since it's still one of the only things that we can do at home, right? So don't be just don't be shy to put on a little bit of a smile, a little bit of a joke, and make a video that is serious, but it can make you smile at certain point. So now we go to the part that I think everyone was waiting for this webinar, the online resources to create and edit videos. So we have going through the how the video should be. We have going through the planning of how plan your videos and why you want them. We have shown you what kind of videos that you can create, and now we go to how do we create those videos. So this is a table that I have compiled for you all. This will be available for you by email. If you don't receive, you can ask from us. No, there is no problem, because I know it's difficult to see only in this screen and with my video covering part of it, but we just go through the table very quick, and you will have this resource without me blocking part of it. So this is a comparative table that is out there. Is produced by HubSpot, so it's not included in the table. So it's impartial in a way. So this is different video creation platforms. They are all online. They don't need they don't need you to have any kind of knowledge of coding or video editing or producing, right? They're made for users, like users without experience or previous experience or very little experience creating video. They're online. They don't need you to download software. They don't need you to have like a very powerful computer. There is a lot of platforms out there that you can use. One at this point, the one who has the best rating is called InVideo. It has a 9 out of 10 in the easy to use, and you see some pricing here. Let's not focus on the pricing now because I want to talk about it later. So what is important for it? Does it has free plan or no? What is a free plan? Is most of the platforms nowadays are freemium. That means they are free to use, but like we let you use it for free, but we put some watermark on the bottom right. If it works for you, just it's okay. It works for you. I mean, it doesn't. Our first video, or when we don't have the resources or the staff, it is okay if they are not perfect, right? Or if they don't look like they have been produced in Hollywood. It is okay to like have your first videos to have a watermark. But most of the freemium plans, they are made for you to be able to use it free, but also for you to be able to upgrade to like a paid plan that is not overly expensive. Again, this is the prices for the US. All of these platforms, and in the US, these are very reasonable monthly prices. All of these platforms have different pricing for different country. We know that $15 in some countries is not it's affordable for organizations to pay. In some countries is not. So this price is just for reference, and it's US based. So as I was saying, like try to just go through some of them, just the ones that call your attention the most based on the information on this table, or do your own research. if you want to, and then just check if they have a free plan. I recommend you to start with the free plan. Just test it out. Have a feeling if you like the platform, test a couple, see how much is the paid plan, or if you could do with the free plan for the first few months, right? And then it is important also, like the templates they're ready for you to use in case you don't have a designer in-house, right? Or someone who can produce graphics or branding, right? So templates are important because I'm sure you can always find a template that adapts to your corporate image that is already made in this online softwares. So just make sure to check one that has some template that can be adjusted or looks like your corporate identity. The ability to customize templates, of all of them have it, obviously. And the free video and stock library. This is normally not a problem for us because we normally have a lot of videos and testimonials from our patient community or that we can produce or we can get for free easily. But it's good to know that some platforms have some video and audio footage that you can use royalty free in your videos, right? Like for example, if you want to have like a 2 seconds part of the video that you talk about donation, and then you want to include someone with a coin, right? Like a piggy coin or something. Those kind of video resources, they almost always exist in this kind of platform. And the live support 24/7, which is almost all of them have it, but of course it's always with a paid plan. So this is my recommendation of you. This is the rating that the people have given to these platforms, that they are the most, I would say, the most useful to start with. Like this is a beginner level, right? I didn't do this rating. This is collected by HubSpot, but I think it's a good start for you to explore. And of course, like if you need help with any technical matter or you get stuck, GAAPP is here to help you. So don't be shy to ask us for any help or any assistance that we can give you in this first step in video content creation. So I'm just going to give you an example of how this online platform looks like. I'm just going to show you how normally they all work in the same way. They have the same interface that you can drag your videos, you can drag your audios, and you can drag visual effects, and then at the end you export. And most of the times they allow you to directly export to YouTube, export to Facebook, or just download to your computer. They are similar, so I'm just going to show you one of them, which is the one who has the highest rating on the table that I showed you in the previous slide, for you to just familiarize very quickly in how does a video editing online tool works. So play.
InVideo lets you create completely customized clip videos in minutes. Create stunning clip videos and share them with the world. Your first step? Sign up for an account on InVideo.io. You'll immediately have access to an extensive library of stunning templates that you can use to hit the ground running. And if you're a pro, you can also build your own design from the ground up with our Start from Scratch mode. Start by using the search bar to find a template that matches our use case. Voila, this one looks perfect! Now that we found the perfect template, let's get to exploring the world's easiest video editor. The designers at InVideo have done all the heavy lifting for you, so that all you've really got to do is add your own text and find the right media from our inbuilt library of more than 1 million royalty-free images and video clips, or upload your own and drop them onto your scenes. Add your finishing touches with our advanced timeline, insert your brand's logo and a detailed and proper CTA at the end of the video, and you're good to go. That looks epic! Click on Preview and Export to watch your videos previewed from start to finish. Amazing! Let's hit Export and your video should be ready in a matter of minutes. Done! Your video is ready to go. Now all you've got to do is download the video and share it with the world. Happy video making! A
Okay,
perfect
so
outro can help you drive action
that
from the
was
video.
an example of how a video editing online software, online tool works. As you see, very easy, just drag and drop. You don't need any previous knowledge of video editing. It's made for users. So this is my advice to you. Just check on few, try the free versions, produce some videos, see which one you like the most. Not everyone is the same. Some people will like other kind of different platforms. But basically the functioning is always the same for all of them. As you saw in this video, you can produce like a 50 or 60 seconds video very quickly if you already have the footage. Just drag your base video, drag a second kind of clip, drag your title, some text, your corporate image that is already in the template you produce, and then you can create very quickly a very short clip that to engage your audience, right? It's very simple. So let's talk about the structure of our video. This is based on the three kind of videos that we have talked before. So we have the first structure of video, which is this is the longer kind of video, the educational video that is almost like documentary. How do we structure? Like first we start with our channel logo, then we a subsection title, right? And then introduction teaser, why this is important. And what is introduction teaser? I'm sure you have seen many YouTube videos that start and then suddenly you have someone tell you this video will talk about this A and Z, and we will give you something at the end before the title. That's the teaser. That's very important for SEO, because many times in many social media or in YouTube, that's what it gets played before for the people when they're scrolling through the different videos. So if you can, I recommend you do a teaser if your video is for the educational purposes. Then the video title itself, here you see we have we have 4 sections. We have not gone longer than 25 seconds. Then we have the video content itself, like the main video content, your recording, your campaign, your interview, whatever it is, your documentary, and then the call to action. Industry says 5 to 20 seconds. I recommend even shorter. So videos for engagement or awareness purposes that tends to be shorter. They have a simpler structure. We have an opening in 15 seconds. Around 15 seconds, we explain the problem that we want to tackle. We explain the solution, our solution, what we do to help with this problem, and then we finish with the call to action. A very simple call to action, as we have explained, not a very pushy one. The pushy call to action, it will be only for engagement videos, not for awareness videos. So, elements to create an engaging video. We all know this, but we just like very quickly go through them. Record yourself or someone else, right? This is important. Remember that we have a video camera here with us every day. Our phone cameras, doesn't matter if it's, as long as the phone is older than 5 years, the video camera on your phone is perfectly good enough to record any video for the internet. So you don't need to have equipment. If you have it, it's great. But if you don't have it, remember that we have equipment in our pockets every day. Footage. There is many websites that offer free footage for nonprofits. So as you have a link here of videvo.net, and this is the stock. A lot of stock they offer for free for nonprofits or for charity use, and there is many of this kind. So you can always ask us also if you want more examples or more sources. Infographics and animations, you don't need to be a designer anymore, or or a video content creator to make an animation or an infographic. They have resources, free resources like canva.com, which is very popular now, to create your own infographics without any previous knowledge. Of course, there will be a point if your organization grows a lot that you will need to hire like a video animator or a professional, but as a starting point, Canva or similar websites, online tools, they are very good to give you some infographics, animations that supplies that together with the footage and whatever you record, it kind of gives all the elements that your video needs. So it's not only like a long dragging interview, for example, right? So what happened when we just we want to produce video, but we don't need to like have it like produced with animation and a lot of editing, and we just want to immediately create a content. That's the live video content creation that it has become so popular, and in a way, it's our own way as an organizations to create our own user-generated content. So first we have the webinars, super popular during the pandemic. Right now, everyone goes to a webinar once a week. So so I don't have to explain you how they work and what platforms you can use. There is many, and there is another. We have a webinar talking about webinars, so you can check the different platforms. But basically, Zoom, GoToMeeting, the Teams, all the very famous video webinar producing platforms that have a free version and they have NGO pricing. So where the webinars live? First in your video channel and then in your website. It is important, even if the webinar if it's something that is past, just keep it on your website, have a video repository. Q&A, ask me anything, telehelp. This is like telehealth as well in a way, but just make sure, this is the warning I give to you, if you call it telehealth or you providing health advice or counsel of any kind, make sure what is the laws of your country in dealing with that, with telehealth, because many countries require you to be to have a certificate to provide that kind of help online. But other than that, we can do a lot of Q&As, or for the people to just jump in Facebook Live, for example, and then for the people to be able to ask you any doubts or to ask you any advice, right, from patient to patient, for example. This kind of videos also became very popular. They live in the social media. They don't have to be in your website necessarily because they have born and they will die in the social media, so to speak. But if you can put it in your video wall, is always good. And then the famous tutorials, infamously being made famous by the makeup influencers, right? Tutorials are good for like a serious training for formation. They are long and they train or they give knowledge or education in a certain topic, and they're like attending a class where they live in your video channel, and they should also have live in your website as a repository, even if they're updated, even if if the topic is no longer relevant, and of course in the social media as a promotion, as a marketing, because tutorials are very watched. This is my warning. I'm going to repeat again. Even if those videos are being they are made for being like fastly consumed, and you think they're going to become outdated or irrelevant in few weeks, in few months, in 1 year, keep them in your website in somewhere in a repository. You can have a YouTube channel and just have the links there. Keep the repository. It helps you never know when people will want to watch them, or they can be useful in the future. You never know, and they help with your SEO. And let's go to our favorite part, the discount and resources for NGOs, which I always insist get. Always ask for the NGO price. Most of the online solutions, software and technologies have an NGO price, even if they don't advertise it on their website. That it is very important for you to know. So even when you're looking for the NGO price and you don't find it, please contact them, because if they don't, they may have it, but they just not publicly. And if they don't have it, they may create it for you. So every time you're looking for an online tool, a solution, a software, a hardware, like contact them and tell them you're an NGO and ask for special pricing. That works 80% of the times. The companies always welcome the idea to lower the price for you or give it for free, because it's also have a return on investment from them, and most of the companies have a social responsibility found that they're happy to use with you, especially if they're sympathetic to your cause. So don't be shy to ask for the NGO price. And I just want to finish about the NGO price. There is a platform is called TechSoup Global. Almost every country has an affiliate or a chapter of this solution. I encourage you to go and check. They are like a vault of free hardware and online tools and resources for NGOs. They have distributors like Adobe, Google, I don't know, Microsoft, Amazon Web Services. And so if you register as an NGO and you get verified as an NGO by sending them your bylaws and few documents that they will ask for you, you will be able to purchase or get for free entirely many software, like for example Microsoft Word, the PowerPoint, the free space in Amazon Web Service for your website. So just encourage you to go and check the address here, sorry, the link here, the URL, and check if they have it in your country, which I'm sure they will have it, and check what solutions they have for you for NGOs. So with this, we want to finish our webinar for today. Thank you again to our sponsors to make GAAPP Academy possible in 2021. Now we will open the Q&A for those of you who have sent the questions to us by email or in the chat. And if you don't have a question now and you have a question afterwards, you can always reach us by email at info@gaap.org or by any other channel, and we will be happy to assist you. Thank you very much for listening for this webinar, and we really hope that this knowledge helps to advance your cause.